So, good morning. Just having a bit of a tidy up here with some bags of recycling. Sticking them in the trailer ready to take off to our local waste handler at some point when we have a full trailer load. Calving is still in full swing. We've actually had a bit of a problem calve last night into this morning. I'll take you to have a look at that one in a minute. It's not very pretty, and I'm not sure it's going to have a very good ending, but that is farming, unfortunately. Woo! So we just fill all of our waste plastic and net wrap and string and everything into white dumpy bags, and then when they're full we tie them off, stick them in a trailer, and then when the trailer's full we take the trailer in to be weighed in. These cows all seem happy this morning. We've had 2 more calves born overnight, so it is starting to slow down a little bit. I just spied an ear tag around the corner of this shed a second ago, and there shouldn't be anything outside. Hey, you've gone back in. Well done, cow. That calf there, just now, was running around over there. These are the 2 isolation cows, so Yoni's 1606 and TB Risk 2033. So them and their calves are staying in this nice little pen they have here. I'll show you our poorly calf. So this is our poorly calf in here. At the minute it just looks like a calf that is asleep. This is mother. Now, last thing before we went home last night, I was in here just checking on these fresh ones that we got, and I could hear one up there roaring. And normally what that means is that one of the calves has jumped into the feed trough and gotten into the wrong pen or something. So I went up there to sort of look, see if I could find a calf that was in the wrong pen and see if the cow was roaring. Anyway, whilst I was walking around, checking all the calves' ear tags, trying to match them with their mothers, I saw this one laid at the back of the pen, completely out flat on its side. Now they do sleep like that sometimes, so I just went and give it a bit of a nudge to see if it would get up, and it wouldn't. So what we've got now is this really quite poorly calf. The vet's been out this morning to have a look at it, and we're not really sure what's wrong. It's got a bit of noise on its lungs, as if to say, you know, a bit of pneumonia. It's not got a temperature, so it's not an infection, we don't think. I'm suspicious of this cow here having either trodden or sat on it. But yeah, last night it was really on death's door. It was, you know, no movement whatsoever. You open its eyes and its eyes had rolled into the back of its head, whereas now at least its eyes are there. So we didn't have a lot of choice last night what we could do, so we gave it some Loxicon, which is an anti-inflammatory. We also jabbed it with an antibiotic because we didn't know at the time what was wrong with it. So we thought we'd just cover ourselves there. And then we also gave it a drench, or bagged it, put a tube down its throat into its stomach, with some scour formula, because that's all we had here. Whereas this morning the vet has given us some like rehydration electrolyte type stuff. Now, believe it or not, this is looking 10 times better than it was last night. Whether or not we're going to make that calf come out the other side of whatever's going on with it, I don't know. But what we are going to do is find a jacket for it to keep it warm, because obviously it's not moving a lot at the minute. And I'll get some fresh straw to put in here as well, because this pen was used for a calving pen. We needed somewhere to put it, so we put it in there. We're keeping Mum separate at the minute because it obviously can't feed, it can't stand up at the moment. There's absolutely no point her being in with it. We need to go in there to help treat it a couple of times a day with some fluids. So it's just safer if she's next door. She can still see it and everything. And we're feeding her in that tub that she's decided to knock over there. But she could do with some fresh straw in here as well. Not ideal, really. First problem we've had with a live calf, we've had, what have we had? 1, 2 stillborn calves. But everything that's been born so far, alive, has been dead on, absolutely fine. So hopefully I found that in time last night so we can sort it out. But it looks proper bleak at the moment, not gonna lie. If I'm being really honest, I was fully expecting to find it dead here this morning. I thought I had a jacket up here, but we haven't. Right, I'm gonna go find a jacket for the calf. In other good news, we've got 4 calves in this pen. So we've got this cow here who had the dead calf. She's still got a bit of retained cleansing, so we're keeping her in here so we can keep an eye on her, make sure she's eating everything all right and she doesn't go sick with that. There's a calf right up against the gate there that has a tag in its ear. That is a twin from another cow that we've adopted onto her, because obviously she hasn't got a calf of her own. And then we got 3 new ones from yesterday. Well, actually, 1 from yesterday. These 2 here, this one and this one, for overnight. So we put them in here this morning. And then we calved that heifer last night. She had a monstrous calves down there. I think that's the 3rd one we've actually had to calve ourselves. Out of, I think we're up to 81 calves now, something like that. This is the only stuff we had here to treat the calf with. Better than nothing is all I would say about that. It is scour formula, so it is some form of rehydration. Not good. I've just been inside looking for ages for another calf jacket because I knew we had 2 or 3 new ones and I couldn't find it. So John's just taken the one that we had been using for another calf. We've had it washed and it's still wet, so we don't want to put a wet one on a dry calf. So he's taken them to a tumble dryer. And in the meantime, I found them. So they were in a little storage cupboard underneath our shelving, which we never ever use. So why they're in there, I do not know. At least we got one now, so I can put this on this calf down here. And then I need to get some nice straw and pile up around it. And hopefully you'll feel a bit better. You're right, bud. That way, I believe, isn't it? Yes, TC at the front. We've got a bit of go in here this morning, have we?
I'd pay to put them on his other side later.
Yeah, turn them over. That'll keep you a bit warmer, mate, anyway. Right, so hopefully you'll be a bit warmer. In that jacket, keep you warm, mate, innit?
You gave it a silage this morning?
Yeah, I gave her silage and she just immediately knocked it over. So. Probably ought to bring some straw up for her as well. Yeah. Right, we're going to tag these calves in a minute anyway. That's done. So this afternoon we are going to sort out some bales on that trailer for Dr. Phil over at Rowden, because that is what we're currently feeding over there. Before we do that though, I was going to go and give John a hand. We've got to milk out that cow to give that calf some milk, but she's being a bit feral, so I'm going to go and hold her tail so that John can milk her out without being killed. And then we'll take some bales to Phil, and then I'll go from Rowden up to Widden Down, which is our off ground, where we got a big stack of straw and a big stack of silage, and we're going to bring home a load of each between me and John on a couple of trailers. So that is this afternoon's plan. Coming your way. Does that go over it?
Yep.
I could do with swapping hands, so I don't know if you want to bank what you got.
Right, hang on, one more.
Yeah.
Right, hang on.
You have?
Yep.
So what you just saw us doing there was, I was holding the cow's tail up vertically directly behind her, and what that does is it just pinches a little nerve, I think, in their back. Please correct me if I'm wrong. So they don't move, because John was underneath milking her out into a bucket, and of course suckler cows aren't really used to getting milked by people. So it's just to keep John safe and so we can get the milk, and we put that in a bag and then tubed the calf with it. We'll then tube the calf with some hydration fluid before we go home tonight, and that will give him the best possible chance. He doesn't look too good, but he does look better than he did yesterday. Anyway, I'm jumping in growler. We're going to go load ourselves up with some bales, then we'll head off to find Dr. Phil. Right, there's 4 bales on there. There's no point in taking any more than that because they'll just start going off. We've got to stab holes in them to move them. So what I'll do is I'll just throw a little strap over the back of this one. They're not going to move, they're so heavy and they're flat bottomed anyway, but we're going on the road, so better to be safe than sorry. There you are, back one is strapped on. Where we're going to collect the straw from, John's going to do that on this trailer and then leave it ready for me, so all the straps I need will be in that box. As long as we leave him a couple for the size that he's going to pick up, that'll be fine. Just got to put the pipes in. We're ready to go. Right, that's our bales delivered. Just in case anyone is wondering, bull shed is still here. Still not using it, still not signed off, still not snagging done. We won't use it now until next time the bulls come in, like winter 2024 I suppose. But in the meantime, we need to buy another bull. We want 5. We've got 4, we want a 5th, so we'll have to go bull shopping at some point. I think John's got some shortlisted. Right, let's go and find Mr. Bowman himself. Right, we've got a little bit of a road trip now up to where the other bales are. I just wanted to take the time to say thank you to Howden Rural. If you don't follow them on Instagram, I'll leave the link down in the description. They very kindly let me take over their Instagram page this week to do a bit of like a carving take over. Myself, along with a lot of other people who have a bit of a social media presence, have been invited to take over for a week, showcase what's going on the farm, whether it be calving or lambing or whatever. So it's been really cool to be a part of that. You guys will be watching this on Friday, so from Monday to Friday this week, I've been doing that on their page. So yeah, thank you to those guys for inviting me to be part of that. It's always nice to be invited to those sorts of things. Right, I've just dropped my trailer off there. So John's going to load up the bales from the left-hand side, which are the oldest ones. That's the newest stack there. So we're going to use these up this winter if we can. So we'll put a load on there, and then he's actually at our straw stack, which is sort of that way, about half a mile. So that's where I'm heading now, to go and pick up the trailer, which he has hopefully started loading. What a lovely looking load of straw. God, top quality stuff that. I mean, that is actually all right in there. That, however, not so good. That's a special one. That could go straight on the dung heap. I mean, there is a dung heap here. So what's left? 4?
Yeah, I'm going to might load them up and put them just loose in the shed back in.
Oh, I see.
So
I've left your trailer down there.
Oh, right.
I didn't bother bringing it here because I thought you only have to pick it up here to take it down there, to drop it off to load it up down there. Roping?
Have we a bit of roping?
You love a bit of roping, you do.
I do like a bit of roping. It's
Yeah.
true. It's a dying art.
It is. Well, we are all loaded. On the way home, gonna have a load of straw. The last time I used this trailer, I managed to somehow pull the lights out and break the plug. And then I had to rewire it all, so we'll do our best not to do that. Pain in the back side. We've had somebody decide that they wanted to do a lovely bit of fly tipping on our lane. Very, very kind of them. Oh, that's tight. Here you are, look. So this is our gate. Somebody's decided to put a load of fly tip in there. Absolutely full of batten with nails. Really handy when you take vehicles in and out of here. We've been on about putting gates across here before to stop this little lay-by having people in it. Then the council say you can't do that because it's council property. But then when it's fly tipped on and you ring the council to say they've been to fly tipping, well, it's nothing to do with us. So what do you do? What do you do? Anyway, I'm going to navigate my way home with this load. I've got the brakes plugged in and they are so sharp on this trailer. I nearly don't need them, but I don't want to go on the road without them plugged in because the straw's quite light. Just anchor up immediately. So yes, see you back home. Made it home without ripping my lights out this time, so great success. I wasn't going to unload this, I was just going to back it in the shed, but where I want to put it, I'd have to get out and move the Manitou anyway. So I thought if I'm going to get in the Manitou, I might as well just unload it. So that is what I'm going to do. So all those bales, I'm going to try and line them up somewhere against this wall so we can sort of scoop them up with the bucket, because I'm pretty sure they won't withstand being handled with a bale spike too many more times. So yeah, let's do that.
Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Hey now, honey, I've been driving around in my car, looking for some kind of open bar. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright. Got no money, but I'll work it out with my charm. Having a good time, ain't doing no harm. It's gonna be alright, gonna be alright.
Right, I have bought some straw up for this cow and her calf. Just unloaded those bales. Just go and see how the calf's getting on. He's just sort of in a bit of a comatose state at the moment, sleeping. We're obviously topping up his fluids all the time. Now, buddy. Still going, aren't you, mate? Oh, that's it. Have a stretch. Oh, well done. Yes. I'm a bit worried that even if he does come right, he's some form of damage to his brain, whether he's had a knock and he's, I don't know, got lack of oxygen getting to him or something. He's just not quite right. We'll give him the best chance anyway. So I'm going to come in and tip the straw right over the front there, up against Mother's gate, and then we'll surround him in some. We might sit him up on his other side, just in case he's getting, you know, a bit numb or anything. Get the blood going somewhere else, and then we'll bed up Mother as well. So I've just moved him onto his other side. He really doesn't like having his neck around this way. He's sort of got his neck permanently around the other way, which isn't a very good sign. You can see his eye there. His eyeball's here now. Last night his eyes were all rolled back into his head, but his eyes are very cloudy. Tried to sit him there. He's as comfortable as I'm going to get him. He can have some more Loxicom or Metacam, so sort of the same thing, which is a pain relief and anti-inflammatory tomorrow. I've covered him in straw. He's got his jacket, so he'll stay nice and warm. I'm just going to put a bit more straw here underneath the gate, so any air that blows in won't blow onto him. But he's still going, he's hanging in there. One of the things that gives me a bit of hope for that calf is having seen Crawford have one, I don't know, 10 days ago. He had a twin, I think, that was really not very fit when it was born. And he managed to get that one going. So whilst he's still trying, and he's still living and breathing, we'll give him the best chance we can. That's all we can do. But by far the worst thing about farming this. It's also the best thing if you get a happy ending. Right, I'm gonna have a walk around the shed because we've both been away this afternoon, just make sure everything's all right. And when John gets back with those bales, we'll tube that calf with some more hydration fluid. This has got to be my favourite little calf down here. What a beauty. Belongs to cow number 1953. It's currently over there having some silage. Little speckledy one. There's a full sister of that calf there in the heifer pen over there, due to calve at some point. She's a big softie too. Everything looks fairly quiet at the moment. Big old cow there, she's going to burst at some point. Just makes you paranoid when you have a sick one, constantly wanting to go and check them to make sure all the others are right, but they all seem happy enough here. Right, they all seem happy enough. Any of the calves that were in a really deep sleep, I did just wake up. Do you get paranoid when it's like this? You get paranoid. This guy's twitching his head round. Bit of movement, it's not a bad sign. And then we've got our two mums in here. You're the one that's fostering a twin. Not the friendliest cow in the world, gotta be a bit careful with her. And the other one there calved early hours of this morning. She hadn't licked off her calf completely. So when we tagged that one early, it was still a bit wet. So we didn't want to be too hasty about putting it in a big pen, so we left them in there to get to know each other a bit better. What do we reckon then, John?
Well,
He sort of sat up a bit.
yeah, he's not got his head round, hasn't he?
We'd hold your bag a minute.
Yeah, you could.
On that side. Bit of man contact.
But, yeah.
A lot of man contact. So this is the new stuff the vet has given us, and it's of a pinky colour. He's holding his head straight, look.
Yeah.
Tongue pointing out.
It's the best he's been.
Definitely. There's not. I mean, we're not working to a very high standard here.
3 days after he was born, he was
From where
skipping
I'm stood, he looks like he's got a very swollen right-hand side of his face. See over his eye?
yeah.
So whether he's taken a clout or been trodden on. I see the cows decided just to lie down on that bit of straw I put down. So there you are, mate. Hopefully that makes you feel a bit better. I don't know if it shows up on the camera, but from where I am, or whether it's just because he's been lied one way all day, I don't know. But that side looks very swollen compared to the other side. Or whether it's just because he's got his eye closed, I don't know.
Well.
But he's not given up yet, is he? He's...
No. She said his lungs are a bit rattly. But...
Yes. Yeah, the vet did say there was a bit of noise on his lungs. Well, there you are. We can but hope for your calf. I sort of surrounded him in straw.
Well, keep the wind off him.
Yeah. He's got a jacket on, he'll be warm. He'll perked up a bit. This is what we've just given him, Hydrofast. So I think it's like a, well, it's an electrolyte, isn't it? Basically sugary water. Have you got another one, or was that just one they left you?
No, it's the one.
Just one. We can always get another one. The vet's is only 5 minutes away. So. The calf's decided he's going to try and get up now, which is probably not his best idea.
No.
You want to stay there, mate? You'll be warm. Pressure on his brain.
I've had pressure on my brain before.
Have you?
Yeah.
No good?
No.
No.
I had to calm down and quit work.
You calm down, calf. We were stood over there and he was trying to get up. So John said, whatever's in this must be like rocket fuel. And he wanted some. There's a bit of, there's a bit of powder there, have you want it?
Or cocaine.
Yeah. But we haven't tried that on him yet.
Or cocaine.
Cocaine. Last resort, that.
I mean, not that I know, but I think it's fairly expensive.
Yeah. Well, that's the best he's looked in the last 24 hours. Let's hope for him yet. You're not having him back.
No.
You can sod off.
You're the reason he's like he is.
Right, you two.
Well, they joined forces.
Yes, there's no calf in the pen. Now, those two sods belong in there. You gonna go back in? I think you should. Hello. Not ideal. Come on, go home. Oh no!
Come on, here you go. Oh, look at him, like a salmon.
He didn't even touch the side going in, did he?
What? Here you go.
That's it, go in there. Go on. Very graceful. I reckon give it 10 minutes, they'll be back out. They can get out, they can get in, I'm sure. Do better parenting, mothers. Nice apple. Oh God, look at that.
That's like a LaGrace special, that is.
Right, I'm back home, signing off for the evening. Just a little reminder that if you want to get some of our new merch, so we've got these pink and white hats, and we've also got the same ones in grey, as well as everything else you see there on the shelf, available on the website. So the link's down in the description, as well as the links to our sponsors and all my other social channels as well. So go and check them out. Thank you for watching. Make sure to like the video, subscribe if you haven't already. So from me and the Ginger Dog Gus, we'll see you on the next one. Cheerio.